to goodnight history. The day is over. The endless rush of hours, the noise, the demands, the bright lights, they are all behind you now. Tonight, our journey takes us to the vast, sweeping deserts of the ancient Silk Road. But we are not traveling. The long march is done. The journey of the mind continues, drifting effortlessly on the invisible currents of the upper air. Below you, the sandy expanse of the deep desert slowly softens, giving way to the endless, rolling plains of the high steppe. You are floating over a vast sea of wild grass, turning a brilliant, ghostly silver under the gentle gaze of the moon. Listen to the night wind. It sweeps across the plains in long, slow waves. It does not howl. It breathes. It sounds like a distant, calming ocean, a deep, rhythmic rustling of millions of blades of grass, swaying together in perfect harmony. It is a sound so vast, so ancient, that it washes away the very concept of time. You drift lower, gliding just above the silver waves of the steppe. The air here is incredibly crisp and cool. It carries the faint, sweet perfume of wild chamomile and damp earth, a cleansing scent that fills your lungs and purifies your resting mind. In the shallow, sheltered valleys below, hidden from the wide horizon, sit the quiet camps of the nomads. They're round. Felt yurts are clustered tightly together, glowing like pale, resting domes in the dark. No fires burn outside. The herdsmen and their families are wrapped in thick layers of sheepskin and wool, buried deep in the heavy, comforting slumber of the plains. They live by the rhythm of the sun and the seasons, and tonight, the season is simply rest. Not far from the sleeping camps, standing shoulder to shoulder in the tall grass, are the legendary heavenly horses of Fergana. Even the emperors of distant lands dreamed of these magnificent creatures. But tonight, they are just quiet silhouettes against the dark earth. Their heads are bowed, their eyes closed. Their sleek coats catch the faint starlight as their sides rise and fall in a slow, synchronized rhythm. Even the strongest, fastest creatures of the ancient world must surrender to the night. They do not resist the dark. They welcome it. You feel that same welcome in your own resting body far away. Back in the warm alcove of the caravanserai, the heavy blanket, the dying embers, the steady rain that continues to fall. Your dream self and your physical self are bound by the same profound peace. You are suspended in a state of absolute tranquility. The wind across the steppe grows softer, becoming a gentle, hushing sound. Hush, hush. It whispers through the silver grass. It is telling you to let go of the last, fragile threads of wakefulness. There is nothing left to guard. There is nothing left to watch. The vast, empty plains stretch on forever, offering nothing but space. Endless, beautiful, empty space. Let your mind expand into that space. Unfold, spread out across the quiet earth. You are no longer a traveler. You are the night sky. You are the gentle wind. You are the falling rain. Sink deeper into the silence, deeper into the velvet dark. The world is sleeping, and you are sleeping with it. The endless sands of the Taklamakan Desert have finally surrendered to the night. For weeks, the caravan has moved under the blistering sun, a long, winding line of merchants, scholars, and weary travelers. But tonight, the dry heat is gone. The sky, usually a blanket of sharp, glittering stars, is heavy. Thick, velvet clouds have rolled in from the western mountains. Feel the cool, damp air settling over the dunes. Breathe it in. It is the scent of wet earths, the unmistakable promise of rain in a dry land. Through the gathering darkness, a shape emerges from the shadows. Great walls of carved stone rising from the desert floor. This is the caravanserai, a fortress of rest, a sanctuary built for those who wander the Silk Road. As you approach, the first heavy drops of rain begin to fall, striking the leather of the saddles, drumming softly against the wooden carts. The massive iron, studded wooden gates stand open, welcoming you in. You pass under the deep stone archway, and as you step inside the grand courtyard, the heavy doors are slowly pushed shut behind you. Listen, the fierce wind of the open desert is suddenly gone. The violent storm is locked outside. You are safe now, inside the stone walls of the inn. The air is thick with warmth. The courtyard is lined with deep, arched alcoves glowing with the soft, flickering light of small fires. Shadows dance slowly across the ancient bricks. The scent of the journey is everywhere. Damp wool, burning cedar wood, the faint, sweet aroma of cinnamon, cloves, and cardamom spilling from canvas sacks. It is a rich, comforting perfume, the breath of 100 distant empires resting together under one roof. You find your alcove, a quiet, sheltered corner, elevated above the cold stone floor. Thick, woven rugs of deep crimson and indigo have been rolled out for you. You sit down, feeling the exhaustion of the long road begin to melt away from your shoulders. Outside, the rain is falling harder now, washing the dust from the high walls, singing a steady, rhythmic lullaby against the clay roof. But the cold cannot reach you here. You are entirely, comfortably warm. The fire before you settles into a deep, steady glow. The flames drop lower, leaving behind a bed of white, hot coals that pulse with a gentle, breathing rhythm. The warmth wraps around you like a heavy, comforting blanket, shielding you from the cold, damp draft of the storm outside. You lean back against the cool stone wall of your alcove. Your eyes are growing heavy, but the quiet murmur of the caravanserai keeps you anchored in this peaceful moment. Around the courtyard, other travelers are finding their rest. To your left, sitting cross-legged on a woven Persian rug, is a group of Sogdian merchants. They speak in hushed, ancient tones, their voices blending with the rhythm of the rain. They are the masters of the Silk Road, men who have spent their lives walking between the great empires of the East and the West. Their heavy woolen cloaks, embroidered with intricate patterns of mythical birds and winding vines, are damp from the journey. Yet they sit with the calm stillness of men who have survived 100 storms. One of the older merchants, his face weathered by the harsh winds of the Taklamakan, reaches into his leather satchel. He moves slowly, respectfully. From the dark pouch, he pulls out a single, unpolished stone. It is lapis lazuli, brought down from the towering, jagged peaks of Badakhshan, from mines older than memory. Even in the dim, flickering light of the hearth, the stone holds a deep, impossible blue. It is the color of the midnight sky, speckled with tiny flecks of golden pyrite, like stars captured in stone. You watch as he turns it over in his rough hands. This stone will travel thousands of miles more, across deserts, mountains, and turbulent seas, until it reaches the hands of a master artisan in Rome or Byzantium, to be crushed into pigment for a grand fresco. But tonight, it simply rests here, safe from the rains, just as you do. Across the courtyard, an envoy from the Tang dynasty is quietly inspecting his cargo. He is a quiet man dressed in dark, flowing robes. Beside him rest long, heavy wooden chests, tightly sealed against the moisture. Inside those chests lies the true wealth of the world. Bolts of imperial silk, spun in the hidden mulberry groves of Chang'an. It is a fabric so fine, so delicate, that it feels like water slipping through your fingers. Some of the rolls are dyed in rich crimson, others in vibrant emerald green, glowing with a soft, natural luster. It is a secret guarded by emperors, carried silently across the earth. Just knowing it is near adds a sense of quiet majesty to the room. Nearby, a young traveler places a brass kettle over the glowing coals. The water begins to hum, a soft, rising vibration that harmonizes perfectly with the rain falling outside. He reaches into a small wooden box and pulls out a handful of dark, dried leaves, harvested from the misty, cloud-covered hills of Yunnan. He drops them into the water. Within moments, the thick air of the caravanserai is infused with a new scent. The earthy, roasted aroma of black tea mixes with the lingering smells of damp wool, burning cedar, and the sweet, distant hint of Arabian frankincense. It is the scent of comfort, the scent of peace. The traveler pours the dark, steaming liquid into a small clay cup, and with a gentle nod, he hands it to you. You take the cup in both hands. The clay is rough, but the heat radiates through it, warming your palms, traveling up your arms, and settling deep within your chest. You take a slow, deep breath in and let it out. With every drop of rain that strikes the roof, the tension leaves your muscles. The long miles of the desert fade away. The empires, the silk, the precious stones. They all blur into the quiet, comfortable darkness. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be. You are sheltered in the heart of the ancient world. The fire keeps you warm. The rain keeps you safe. Close your eyes. Listen to the steady, endless song of the storm. Let it wash over you, pulling you deeper and deeper into the quiet, peaceful dark. the empty clay cup, still holding a faint, comforting warmth all, is gently set aside on the thick woven rug. You sink deeper into the shadows of your alcoves. The heavy woolen blanket wrapped around your shoulders feels like a protective embrace. With every breath you take, the world outside these ancient stone walls seems to fade a little more, becoming nothing but a distant, watery echo. The fire in the center of the courtyard has finished its dance. The bright, leaping flames have quietly surrendered, leaving behind a bed of deep crimson embers. Watch them. How they pulse and breathe in the dark. They glow with a soft, dying light, flaring gently when a stray whisper of wind sweeps through the archways, and then dimming back into a peaceful, ashen gray. It is the rhythm of the night, the slow, steady heartbeat of the caravanserai. Look up into the dimness above. The great vaulted ceilings of the inn curve over you like a sky made of stone. The master builders of Khwarezm laid these bricks centuries ago, shaping them into perfect, soaring arches designed to withstand the harshest winds of the desert. They stand silent and immovable, a fortress of absolute stillness, standing guard over your rest. In the outer rings of the courtyard, beneath the wide wooden awnings, the great beasts of burden have also given themselves to the night. The magnificent Bactrian camels, giants of the desert, rest heavily on the straw-covered earth. Listen closely beneath the endless patter of the rain. You can hear their slow, deep, rumbling breaths. It is a profound, comforting sound, huge chests rising and falling, in perfect harmony with the steady rhythm of the storm. They have carried the weight of empires across the shifting dunes, and now they rest. Their quiet breathing fills the damp air, a grounding, ancient melody that tells your mind it is time to let go. Somewhere in the shadows nearby, wrapped in a cloak of dark linen, sleeps a scholar from the great libraries of Antioch. Tucked safely in his leather bags is a brass astrolabe, beautifully engraved with the maps of the heavens, the positions of wandering stars and distant constellations. But tonight, the brass is cold and wrapped in velvet. The stars are hidden behind the thick, weeping clouds. Tonight, there are no heavens to map. There is no need to navigate. The sky has closed its eyes, and the earth is drinking the rain. The scholar sleeps, the merchants sleep, the animals sleep. The entire Silk Road is resting, and you are resting with it. The scent of the rain is heavier now. It carries the smell of wet clay, the rich, dark aroma of damp earth, and the clean, cold purity of water falling from an unseen sky. The drops strike the roof tiles in a relentless, soothing chant, 1,000 tiny drums, playing a lullaby that has not changed since the dawn of time. Feel the comforting weight in your limbs. Your hands are heavy, resting peacefully by your sides. Your shoulders sink deeper into the soft cushions. The tension in your jaw in your forehead slowly dissolves, washed away by the rhythmic sound of the water. You are anchored to this ancient earth. The stones beneath you have held the weight of wanderers, poets, and kings for hundreds of years. They hold you now. You are safe. You are hidden from the vastness of the world. There is no journey tomorrow. There is no desert to cross. There is only this alcove, this warmth, this deep, undisturbed silence beneath the rain. The glowing embers fade a little more. The shadows stretch out, covering the courtyard in a blanket of soft, velvet darkness. Let the sounds blur together. The breathing of the caravan, the pulsing of the coals, the endless, gentle rain. They are carrying you down a slow, quiet river, floating away from the waking world. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to remember, just drifting slowly, softly into the deep. Let go. Let the darkness hold you. Drift away, drift into sleep. the night deepens, stretching out like a vast, seamless ocean of dark silk. The heavy, driving rain of the early evening has softened. It has shifted from a rhythmic drumming to a gentle, continuous whisper against the ancient stones. It is a soft, sweeping sound, a quiet hush that blankets the world, hushing the winds, hushing the desert, hushing the mind. In this deep hour, time loses its shape. The ticking of the waking world stops entirely. The caravanserai stands as a silent guardian, isolated in the vastness of the Taklamakan, a solitary island of warmth and safety, floating in a sea of cool, wet sand. Look up into the comforting dark. Though your eyes are closed, you can almost sense the great wooden beams above you. Massive trunks of cedar, carried across impossible distances from the towering mountains of the west. Even now, after all these centuries, the damp air draws out their hidden fragrance, a faint, earthy scent of ancient forests, mixing with the smell of the wet clay and the cooling ash of the hearth. It is the perfume of history, the quiet breath of the earth itself. The courtyard is perfectly still. The merchants, the scholars, the travelers, all have surrendered to the heavy, dreamless sleep of the weary. Beneath the arched walkways, the great wooden chests of cargo sit in absolute silence. Think of the treasures sleeping beside you. The tightly bound rolls of silk, crimson, gold, and jade, resting softly in the pitch black. The heavy sacks of nutmeg, cinnamon, and dried cloves from the tropical islands of the distant southern seas. They have traveled across unforgiving oceans, across jagged mountains, across the burning sands, just to rest here in this quiet, damp courtyard. In the dark, they are no longer commodities of trade. They are simply pieces of the earth resting alongside you. They carry the memories of the rich soil that grew them, and the gentle hands that harvested them. As you sink deeper into the soft woven rugs, you can almost feel those memories drifting through the cool night air. A tapestry of distant, sunlit valleys, the lush, green gardens of Persia, filled with the intoxicating scent of night, blooming jasmine, the towering, mist-covered peaks of the jade gates in the east, the glittering, quiet waters of the Mediterranean. All of these places, all of these distant, beautiful lands, are gathered here right now. They are woven into the very fabric of the caravanserai, and they are pulling you gently into a deep, peaceful dream. You are a part of this ancient stillness now. Your own breath has joined the slow, quiet rhythm of the Silk Road. The gentle rise and fall of your chest is perfectly in tune with the soft, falling rain. Outside, the rain is washing over the endless desert. Imagine the cool water touching the dunes. It is washing away the tracks of the camels. It is washing away the footprints of the travelers. It is smoothing the sand, leaving it perfect, flawless, and untouched by the waking world. Just as the rain clears the earth, The deep night is clearing your mind. Every lingering thought, every worry of the day dissolves into the dark, washed away by the steady, soothing rhythm of the storm. Your body is entirely weightless. The heavy wool blankets keep you perfectly warm, while the cool, damp air brushes gently against your face. It is the perfect balance, the absolute center of comfort. There is nowhere you need to go. There is no morning to worry about. The sun is a lifetime away. There is only this long, peaceful night. You are drifting through the calm, quiet center of the ancient world, a world that has stopped moving, a world at rest. Sleep deep and untroubled. Let the shadows guard you. Let the ancient stones protect you. Let the rain sing its endless lullaby. You are completely safe. You are completely at peace. Drift deeper into the dark. Sleep. The quiet of the caravanserai has become absolute. It is a profound, unbroken silence, existing entirely beneath the soft, rhythmic patter of the rain. Your physical body is no longer a concern. It is completely at rest, heavy, warm, and anchored to the ancient stone. But your mind is light. It is untethered, weightless as a wisp of smoke rising from the cooling ash. In this deep, dreamless space, the walls of the inn begin to fade away. The boundaries of the waking world dissolve into a sea of silver mist. You are no longer bound by the heavy earth. You are drifting, floating upward, slowly, seamlessly, into the cool, dark sky. Below you, the Taklamakan Desert stretches out in quiet majesty. The heavy storm clouds are beginning to part, just enough to reveal the pale, glowing arc of a crescent moon. Its gentle light spills across the endless dunes, turning the wet sand into a shimmering ocean of silver and midnight blue. There is no wind up here. There is only a profound, floating stillness. You drift effortlessly, gliding over the ancient trade routes. The paths below are empty. The world is asleep. You see the silver ribbon of the Tarim River, winding its way quietly through the dark, sleeping earth. The water moves slowly, carrying the memory of the rain down from the high peaks. You follow the river. There is no effort in this journey. You are carried by the soft, invisible currents of the night. Slowly, the landscape shifts beneath you. The silver dunes give way to the vast, shadowy forests of the high valleys, deep, silent woods of ancient pine and juniper. The trees stand like dark, silent guardians, wrapped in a heavy blanket of fog. The mist weaves through their branches, glowing faintly in the moonlight. You glide over the canopy, so close you can almost smell the crisp, clean scent of the pine needles. Wet with the night's rain, the forest is completely still. Not a single leaf moves. The animals within it are curled in their dens, breathing slowly, deeply, sharing in the same universal slumber. You belong to this stillness. You are a part of this quiet world. Ahead, rising majestically into the night sky, are the jagged, snow-capped peaks of the Tian Shan, the mountains of heaven. They are bathed in a soft, ethereal light. The snow is pristine, untouched, glowing like white marble against the dark velvet of the cosmos. You drift higher, soaring silently above the highest peaks. The air here is pure. It is perfectly clear and perfectly calm. From this height, you can see the curve of the sleeping earth. You see the faint, glowing embers of distant watchfires, scattered across the vast continent like tiny stars fallen to the ground. Each fire is a camp. Each camp is filled with resting souls, millions of dreamers, all sharing this one quiet night. You feel a deep, unbreakable connection to all of it, to the earth, to the mountains, to the rain, and to the stars. There is a supreme comfort in this vastness. You are held in the gentle embrace of the universe. Your mind continues to float rise, like a solitary cloud over a calm sea. The moon watches over you. The stars watch over you. The ancient mountains hold the horizon steady. Everything is exactly as it should be. Everything is peaceful. Let the silver mist carry you further, further away from the waking world, further away from memory. Just float, drift, and remain perfectly, beautifully asleep. The silver mist carries you gently forward across the quiet expanse of the world. Below you, the towering peaks of the mountains slowly descend, giving way to the vast, echoing silence of the Gobi. But this is not the harsh, burning desert of the day. In the deep of night, it is a landscape of profound peace. The sands are cool, soft, glowing faintly like crushed pearls in the moonlight. As you drift effortlessly through the dark, a new shape emerges from the horizon. It is an Isis, the great, ancient sanctuary of Dunhuang. From your place in the sky, you look down upon the crescent lake, a perfect, curved mirror of water, nestled impossibly between the towering dunes. The lake is entirely still. The surface is like dark glass, flawlessly reflecting the silver moon and the scattered, quiet stars. You slowly descend toward the water, floating down like a falling leaf. There is no sound, only the deeps. Resonant calm of a place that has offered rest to weary travelers for over 1,000 years. You hover just above the surface of the lake. The air here is incredibly pure. It smells of fresh water, ancient reeds, and the damp, sweet earth of the oasis, the dark, glossy leaves of the surrounding poplars droop heavily, beaded with the remnants of the night's rain. At the edge of the water stands a towering wooden pagoda. Its curved, sweeping roofs reach up toward the sky. It is dark. The monks and scholars within it long since surrendered to sleep. But high on the uppermost balcony, a single paper lantern continues to burn. It casts a warm, incredibly soft orange glow across the dark wood. A small, lonely beacon of comfort in the vastness of the desert night. Watch the reflection of that tiny orange flame on the black, glassy surface of the lake. It wavers slightly, a slow, gentle pulse of light, matching the slow, gentle pulse of your own resting heart. Behind the pagoda, carved directly into the sheer, sandy cliffs, are the caves of the 1,000 Buddhas. The caves are silent now. The great stone statues, painted in rich hues of lapis blue, malachite green, and vibrant ochre, sit in total darkness. They are resting in eternal meditation. Their eyes are half closed, their stone faces carved into expressions of absolute, perfect serenity. You can feel that serenity radiating from the cliffside. It washes over the lake. It washes over you. A heavy, beautiful peace that settles deep into your bones. The monks who painted those caves believed that the ultimate goal of the mind was stillness. To be like a clear, undisturbed pool of water. To let all the ripples of thought fade away, until there is only the quiet reflection of the sky. Tonight, your mind is that clear pool. Every remaining tension, every final trace of wakefulness sinks to the bottom. The surface of your mind is perfectly flat, perfectly calm. The single orange lantern flickers once more, and then, slowly, gracefully, it goes out. The oasis is now entirely bathed in moonlight. The shadows deepen. The silence becomes absolute. You leave the lake behind. letting the gentle current of the night air lift you once again. You are drifting away from the oasis, away from the cliffs, back into the endless, comforting dark of the open sky. You are a traveler of the night, bound to nothing, held by nothing. The earth below you sleeps, the sky above you sleeps, and you are a part of the quiet. Drift on. Let the stillness carry you deeper and deeper into the beautiful dark. vast, silver plains of the steppe slowly begin to dissolve, melting away into the edges of the night. You do not need to see them anymore. You do not need to travel. The journey of the mind has reached its final destination, the borders of the world. The mountains, the deserts, the hidden cities. They all gently fold inward, collapsing softly into the center of the dark. The moon slips behind a thick veil of clouds, taking the silver light with it. Now, there is only the darkness. It is not an empty darkness. It is rich. It is heavy. It is a soft, velvet weight that presses gently against your tired eyes, telling you that the day is truly, finally over. Listen to the sound that remains. The rain. It is still falling over the Taklamakan. A steady, endless curtain of water descending from the heavy sky. It strikes the ancient clay roof of the caravanserai with a dull rhythmic hum. Thousands of drops, falling in perfect unison, creating a single, unbroken wave of sound. It sounds like the breathing of the earth itself. Let the sound of the rain fill the empty space in your mind. Let it wash over every lingering thought. If a memory of the day tries to rise, the rain simply meets it, smooths it down, and washes it away into the damp earth. There is nothing to figure out. There is no problem to solve in the dark. The rain is a wall, a thick, impenetrable wall of water that stands between you and the waking world. No demands can cross it. No worries can pass through it. The storm has locked you safely inside this ancient sanctuary, hidden from the eyes of time. You are entirely enclosed. You are completely safe. Feel the physical space around you one last time before you let it go. The heavy woven rug beneath you. It has held the weight of countless wanderers, men who walked the edges of the known world and came here just to rest. Now it holds you. The ancient stones beneath the rug are solid, immovable, deeply rooted in the desert floor. They will not shift. They will not falter. They absorb the weight of your body, drawing the exhaustion down, out of your muscles, and into the earth. Your legs are incredibly heavy, sinking deep into the soft wool. Your arms rest motionless by your sides. They belong to the stillness now. Your shoulders, which carried the invisible burdens of the day, finally surrender. They drop, melting into the cushions. The heavy blanket wrapped around you is like a shield. It holds the warmth of the fire close to your skin, while the cool, damp air of the courtyard gently brushes your forehead. It is the perfect balance, the absolute center of comfort. In the courtyard beyond your alcove, the great caravanserai is locked in a profound, dreamless slumber. The fire has completely died away. The glowing red embers have surrendered their heat, turning to soft, gray ash. The smoke has dissipated into the rain, The courtyard is submerged in total, peaceful blackness. The merchants do not stir. The great beasts of burden do not move. There is a collective harmony in the dark. 100 chests rising and falling in the exact same slow, measured rhythm. You are a part of that rhythm. You are breathing with them. You are breathing with the rain. In slowly. Out softly. With every breath you release, you sink a fraction deeper into the void. The boundaries of where your body ends and the heavy blankets begin are starting to blur. You are becoming formless, a quiet consciousness floating in a sea of absolute calm. Time has stopped moving forward. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is a distant shore, thousands of miles away across an ocean you do not have to cross. Yesterday is already gone, swallowed by the desert sands and washed clean by the storm. There is only this single, suspended moment, this one long, drawn-out second in the dark. The air in the courtyard is so incredibly thick. It smells of wet dust, old stone, and the faint, sweet memory of cedarwood. It is a heavy air, an ancient air, and as you breathe it in, it acts like a soothing balm, coating the inside of your lungs and slowing your heart to a deep, resting crawl. Your heartbeat is a distant, quiet drum, steady, reliable, slowing down. Every beat is a gentle push, sending you further down into the depths. Imagine yourself sinking, like a smooth, heavy stone, slipping beneath the surface of a dark, quiet pool. The water closes over you, but you do not need to breathe. It is the exact temperature of your own skin. It is perfectly comfortable. You are sinking slowly through the dark water, leaving the surface behind, leaving the sounds of the courtyard behind. Even the sound of the rain is beginning to muffle, becoming a soft, distant hum, sinking deeper, past the world of forms, past the world of shapes, into the vast, empty beauty of the deep mind. There is no light here, and you do not want any. The darkness is a comfort. It is a deep, warm embrace. Your mind is a clear, empty space, a blank, dark canvas. If a sound echoes in the distance, let it pass. Do not hold it. If the wind shifts outside the high stone walls, let it blow. It has nothing to do with you. You are hidden in the deepest chamber of the ancient world. You are wrapped in the shadows. Feel the space between your thoughts growing wider. The silence between the drops of rain expanding. There is nothing left to do. The journey is over. The destination is here. You are perfectly still. You are perfectly heavy. You are perfectly at peace. Just drift. Let the absolute nothingness carry you. Let the gentle, heavy dark completely pull you under. Sinking, drifting, fading. Rest now. Give yourself to the dark. Give yourself to the sleep. Deep, deep sleep.